At 80 years old, I've lived through wars, watched the world change, and seen my family grow. I've witnessed the miracle of life unfold in countless forms across our planet. And yet, out of all the turns my own path has taken, there's one I quietly wish I could undo, moving into assisted living. It wasn't forced on me. My children, with the best intentions, thought it was best. My friends, with genuine concerns, said it would be easier. And truthfully, I was tired. So I said yes, hoping for a haven, a simpler existence in my twilight years. But what I didn't fully grasp was how much of myself I'd be leaving behind. When I lived in my own home, everything had meaning. The worn armchair by the window where I drank my morning tea. The old record player that brought my late husband's voice to life in song. Now I wake up to beige walls, the uniform colour of well-meaning intentions. Furniture I didn't choose, arranged for convenience, not comfort. Staff who rotate so often, their faces a blur of kindness, that they don't know my name without checking a clipboard. And in their eyes, I see the reflection of a task, a duty to be fulfilled, rather than a life lived. I used to think peace and quiet were all I wanted. But here, in this sanctuary of order, it's a different kind of silence. Not the kind that refreshes you, but the kind that seeps into your bones, reminding you of what you've lost. The sound of grandchildren running through the hallway, their laughter echoing. Even the ding of the microwave late at night, it all meant life was happening around me. At first, it's every weekend, a flurry of activity, a welcome disruption to the quiet routine. They bring news of the outside world, stories of school plays and work deadlines. Then it's every other weekend. Life, as it always does, gets in the way. The visits become shorter, the conversations less frequent. Then birthdays, milestones marked with cake and forced smiles, a gathering out of obligation rather than genuine desire. The grandchildren, once so eager to climb onto my lap, now fidget and look away. When everything is done for you, your muscles forget how to work. It's a gradual decline, a slow surrender to the ease of assisted living. I used to climb stairs 2 at a time, my legs strong and sure. I'd spend hours in the garden, kneeling in the rich soil. Now I sit more than I stand. My bones creak in protest when I move. The walk to the dining hall, once a leisurely stroll, now feels like a marathon. They tell you to rest, to conserve your energy. But too much rest becomes decline. I've seen it happen time and again in the faces of my neighbours. I'm not talking about the big decisions. I mean the everyday choices, the small acts of self-determination that give shape and meaning to our lives. What to eat, when to sleep, whether you want to take a walk at 10 p.m. These are the freedoms, often taken for granted, that slowly erode within the confines of assisted living. The familiar rhythms of my day, once dictated by my own internal clock, are replaced by routines. I thought it would be temporary, a trial run, a chance to dip my toes into the waters of assisted living. I pictured myself returning home after a few months, invigorated by the rest. But life, as it so often does, had other plans. My home, filled with a lifetime of memories, was sold. The furniture, each piece imbued with meaning, given away. I don't share these reflections to scare you. I share them because I wish someone had said these things to me. Assisted living isn't wrong. For some, it's a haven, a necessary safety net. But it's not as simple or as gentle as it's made out to be. It's a trade-off, a delicate balancing act between safety and freedom. If you're at this crossroads, take your time. Explore every option, weigh the pros and cons. Be honest with yourself about what you're giving up, not just what you might be gaining. Because once you cross that threshold, the life you left behind doesn't always wait for you to return.